get started. Hey, glad you could all make it tonight. Let me introduce a new member from my private practice, Diane. Diane, tell us a little about yourself and what brings you to our group.
Get right to it, just like your private practice.
Yep. Same way here, darling. Don't mind Jack, young lady. Drive on.
Well, I was a lieutenant with the 1st Logistical Command in Saudi during the Persian Gulf War. And here I'm a systems design manager with a telecommunications company.
Darling, you didn't say why you're here.
I'm scared of the dark. Of going outside at night, alone. I hate this time of year. Memorial Day. It reminds me of Riyadh.
The fireworks?
Yeah. For me, they're like Scud missiles. They remind me of my kid brother, Eddie. God, I miss him. And I feel guilty. I was alone, hiding in a bunker the night I found out he'd been killed fighting in Kuwait. He liked Jack Daniels. So I started to drink it to remember him. Now I drink it to forget.
I know the feeling, young lady. I served in Korea, winter of '51. 3 feet of snow on the ground, 10 below zero. Chinese came at us in waves. We took cover behind the only things we could. Bodies of our buddies, American GIs, frozen like logs. When the shooting stopped, one of the bags fluttered open in the ice-cold wind. It was my best friend, Abe Greenberg, staring back at me. His face frosted with ice and this look I'll never forget. I know the guilt, the anger, the nightmares. 50 years, and the nightmares still come.
Those nightmares can be handled, Harry, even with Lou's passing. For those of you who don't know, Lou won't be returning to our group. He died in his sleep last Monday night. Heart attack.
Pisses me off. Been 50 years since Lou kicked the Germans' ass. Too bad he couldn't hold on to this weekend. Would have been 10 straight Memorial Day celebrations together. You never joined us, Mike.
You never asked.
Yeah, we did. We just got tired of asking and having to listen to you piss and moan about when you came home, back to the world.
Maybe I got tired of all your my country right around bullshit from the 40s. We were treated like crap.
Look, I don't want to argue with you again, huh? Lou used to tell me, just forget it. We all have our problems.
It still pisses me off. You don't give a damn how it was when we came home.
You want to argue anyway, don't you? You know how it feels to take a hill, lose 1,000 men, give it back so the status quo ain't upset? Like, we never fought a no-win war? Huh. We got no idea what you went through.
How you and I made it through these last 3 years. You should be happy now. You finally got your own Korean War memorial.
You guys are at it again. Look, we got our Vietnam memorial 19 years ago. It's only fair they got theirs, but that's not what we're here for.
What are you really here for, Jack?
My anger! Ruined one marriage. Threatening my current one.
What about the rest of you?
My flashbacks. I never know what's gonna trigger them.
I don't know. Stay off the bottle, I guess.
What do you mean, scared of the dark, Diane?
It's just a fear of Scud missiles. Fear of the night.
It's all fear. Fear that we'll never be okay. Shaving this morning. My little girl fell in the backyard and hit her head. So I ran outside to help her. A news helicopter passed overhead. And all of a sudden, I'm back in the Nam again. Picking up a bleeding, dying Vietnamese girl. Doc. Oh, Doc, I want it to end.
You hang in there, Mike.
Every fucking day, I'm reminded of being back there. Don't drive on the edge of the road. Sit with my back to the wall. Don't go near fireworks or military ceremonies. Harry, I was too damn scared.
Hey, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know. My truth is, I'm afraid of losing these meetings. I got no life outside of this group. Every night I see my buddies' frozen faces staring back at me. When I drink, I guzzle. Between booze and television, I stay numb. That's how I made it all these years.
I don't have flashbacks. And I'm still not numb. I guess my little fear of the dark is no big deal for you guys.
Look what you've been missing, sweetheart.
Quit that. I'm not your sweetheart, Jack.
We're just being friendly.
Well, you failed.
Hold on a second. I noticed that's a combat infantryman's badge you're wearing. On the wrong side, no less. Living through a few weeks of Scud attacks in a desert doesn't qualify you for it. Makes me sick to see you wear it.
Oh my gosh, Jack, you're so grown up. Seems just like yesterday you and Nancy started kindergarten together. We read about you in the paper. What are all these medals? The one on top, the silver and blue one with the rifle. May I see it?
That's the Combat Infantryman's badge, or CIB, man.
It's so pretty. Reminds me of the rifle you made to play cowboys and Indians in our backyard. I don't know what's keeping Nancy so long. Well, young lady, look at all Jack's medals. This is his combat medal.
Mom, I told you. I don't want to see him. How can you let this baby killer in our house?
Jack, I wear the CIB on my right side because it's not mine. It's my brother's. And I only wore it here because I thought here I'd be among friends.
You didn't deserve that crap from me, Diane. I apologize.
When we returned from Desert Storm, everyone cheered and welcomed us home as heroes. My brother came home in a body bag.
We're all hiding from something, Diane. That's why we're here. It's been, what, 5, 8 years since you went outside alone at night? And you made it to this meeting tonight, didn't you? Okay, well, that's the first. You keep coming.
I'm ashamed to admit when I returned, I took it out on my first wife. There were weeks I wouldn't talk to her at all. She finally divorced me. Only when my second wife threatened to leave did I decide to come here. I don't know if I can change fast enough for her to stay.
You have to change for yourself, Jack.
Hey, Doc. Any hope for me?
Are you kidding? 40 years living on the streets. He got into our halfway house last month. I'm sorry you're still drinking, Harry, but since Lou got you to start with us 3 years ago, you've never come to a single meeting with even the smell of alcohol on your breath.
I'm sorry for laughing, Harry. I'm glad you're off the street. But I wish I'd been a drunk. I think I would have been much better off.
I've never seen you talk so much.
You should have seen me. Barricaded my home, locked and loaded, convinced the gooks were in the wire. SWAT teams surrounding the house. Can you imagine what Lou would have said? Al, how many times did you have to rush me to the emergency room ranting and raving?
You mean in the good old days? Too many times. And Lou would understand.
Sure would. Once, we set off a stink bomb at one of those neo-Nazi rallies. could have seen them. Them and the cops went nuts.
It's crazy what's going on in this country. I'm still trying to understand what happened here when I was in Vietnam.
This country's going down the tubes, little brother. Big corporations taking over everything, polluting our air and water. Traffic congestion, population explosion. Mike, our lives are being ruined.
What the fuck are you talking about? What about the goddamn body bags coming back here? What about that pollution? Their lives aren't ruined, they're dead.
Hey, don't get so upset.
You dodged the trap by knocking up your girlfriend a millionaire. Now you get your kids wiping their asses with the American flag. My buddy's dying for that flag.
Figure it out. But at least you've kept the same job for over a year. And it's been, what, 3 years since you had a major panic attack? And I don't think you missed them.
God, I hope they're over.
So, who's the Brian Robinson on the door?
He was my first cousin. Stepped on the mine the day he visited me in Dong Ha.
You never mentioned that to me in the whole 2 years I've been meeting with you.
Like I said, we're all hiding from something. Sometimes it gets scary thinking I'll never get over it. In truth, we never will. Yet, it can become more manageable for each of us in our own way.
In the empty chair. Is it for Lou?
Yeah.
I wish Lou were here.
So do I.
Okay to say a prayer?
Sure.
Sure.
Dear God, please look after Lou Jefferson. He was a good man. He was my friend. And please tell him I'm sorry I forgot his carton of cigarettes. I'll be bringing them to him soon. I miss him. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I think it